Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday, the 28th of September. So looking at the euro dollar first, just coming out to the weeklies, just to sort of show you where we are. Currently sitting in the weekly 200. The only thing with the weekly 200 is facing south, so the price may slide off of it effectively. Still wondering where it will push off through to the 21 below us, the weekly 21 at some point. A bit more of a correction, as I mentioned in the weekly update, but we'll see. So where are we at the moment? Just looking at this market from a daily perspective, well, we've had quite a move shift down. There is a possibility, we've had some divergence coming through the market on the RSI, on the 4 hourlies there. Maybe we'll get a break. It just tested the 4 hourly 8 and has rolled so far, but maybe we look to be putting a higher low in at the moment. We've already touched the daily pivot. It may run back through this level. If it does, we may get a shift up there. The restricting factors coming in, of course, these key moving averages. We had the 34, but that coincided with the 4 hourly 8 there. We've got the 50 coming up. Hourly 50 coming up ahead, but be interesting. Price has already gone higher than when the hourly 50 is, so when it hits, it may have a smaller reaction. We'll see, and it could push up to the R1, maybe a bit more. We'll see. As I say, it really is a case of just judging this morning and watching as we go through the early shift. I'm looking through the news that may affect the euro dollar. And well, there's dollar data coming out, final GDP later on at 1:30. There's Spanish flash CPI at 8 o'clock this morning. That's so small in terms of the overall movement. We've got German prelim CPI, so we've got some German data coming out there at different times. Just looking, that's all really it's going to affect on the euro dollar. So there we go on that. So it really is a case of just watching these markets. It's very low in terms of any real significant data coming out. Looking at the pound then. Pound also rolling over here. Has been rolling over. As I said, I've been bearish on this. May come right away back into towards that black line I've got on here. Is a regression trend line. It may come right away back to there. Certainly looks like it could be on for the daily 21 sort of zone. Much flatter in terms of when you look at it this week. It's still a decline, but a flatter decline, not so aggressive. Still got the potential of rolling, as I say, rolling some more. The trend is certainly there from the 60-minute point of view. Already hit the daily pivot here. Having a bit of a rally, the same as the euro at the moment. It really depends. I mean, they're nicely correlated in terms of market movement. The only thing is there has put a lower high in. In fact, it's just lower low in even. Sort of a divergence type move that's sort of sitting there and corresponding with that 4 hourly 100. So that may just give it enough of a move up there. So again, going to watch out this morning. It has again got moving averages in the way that may just slow things down, but they have been hit a couple of times and not managed to see a close above those. So if you're really looking for a bit of a swing trade, you may be wanting to wait until they do close above them. If you're just intraday trading, it may be a possibility that we could see a push up through them and just take the opportunity before they get hit. But we'll see how we run. They may, as I say, the 50 may just be a good target if we get some confirmation post 8 o'clock. Right, so that's cable. Let's look at the dollar yen. Dollar yen has some divergence on the daily frame. It was in there yesterday. There was a bit of a reaction by the looks of things. It's just short of the midi into the coming out towards the R3 sort of thing. So it's RM3, mid-level 3. It just ran into there. It's had a bit of a reaction to that, but well, it's not looking like it really wants to roll over, but there's the potential for it to roll a little bit more. I would have liked to see this a bit more in line with the pound and the euro, but we'll see. But there is also potential for a sort of spot divergence on the 4 hourlies there. A bit different on the 60-minute here. We've gone through the dailies. Well, we'll see. Again, it may not just manage to push into a new high there. If it does, start moving up again, with yesterday's highs would be a target for sure, but could see a roll. And if it does start to roll in again, looking for the 50 hourly 50 as a potential move. But at the moment, erring certainly on the bullish side there still for me. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar then selling off as was the euro to pound. It's had its European session. It's the Asian session's run through its own trading session, and it's not really done too much here. Just run into its S2. Got the untouched daily pivots that may want to go up there, but we're having run through S1, S2. So it's a harder event, but if the European currencies start moving and pushing up, this may just follow suit. So there is that potential for that to happen. Overall, though, it's bearish. So some of these moves back to 20, even to the 21s, if it starts putting reversals in around that area, it could be a good point in terms of selling into. So it's really, with these three markets that are more correlated, I would be looking closely at what would be in a downward market a selling point, a possible swing reversal. Okay, and finally the Canadian dollar. Well, it's pushed right out yesterday, pushed right out of this regression channel here, and it's looking like a proper trend change now. We're seeing, if we're drawing trend lines across the highs here, we're pretty much into a trend change. And it looks like there's certainly some more potential for upside here. It's really correlated with the pound, the euro, etc. in terms of this movement. So it's a show of dollar strength right the way through these markets at the moment, but slowing up on the 4 hourly perspective here, and it may have a little bit of a retracement again. We may see that it's got its daily pivot untouched below. How strong this retracement would be, showing the way it's been moving up there. Again, maybe we'll only get part way towards this sort of target. In this particular case, may get back to the 21s, and it may become an opportunity for swing longs. But at the moment, well, maybe looking at a bit of divergence. I'm just sort of looking over the tops there. Maybe a bit of divergence in terms of some of the moves there, or double divergence even. Close anyway, but it could, as I say, just roll a little bit. There we go. That's pretty much it. As I said already, in terms of the European euro dollar news, there's GDP out later on this afternoon. For other markets, where we've got the Bank of Japan's governor should be speaking, or should have spoken already. We've got Carney speaking at 9:15, which may be quite a mover at 9:15 for the pound. I would be looking for signs of him talking about reducing the need for so much financial money pumping in to hold up the banks there. I think he'll be pulling back on that, and then in the afternoon, as I say, GDP US, and then Prime Minister May is due to speak today. I haven't got the time of that at the moment. She's due to speak at the Bank of England's conference celebrating 20 years of independence. Well, if he is speaking at 9:15, I should imagine that's going to be in the morning at some point. So I'll be watching out for that this morning. It's tentative time on this system at the moment, but say if Carney's speaking at 9:15, I would expect that sometime at some point this morning. Right, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.